welcome to the More Than Roommates podcast. I'm Dan, here with my roommate Graham. Graham, how are you doing?
I'm fighting off the Sunday blues a little
Yeah.
bit, but yeah, I'm throwing the date out there, our record date.
Oh,
I hope
yes.
that's okay. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
yeah,
Sunday. It's about 6 o'clock.
it's been windy and it was rainy all day yesterday, so I feel like we didn't get a lot done. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's kind of a little bit depressing in that
Yeah.
regard, I guess, but
I
it's
know
kind of
it.
nice to like hang out and recharge a little bit too.
Yeah.
I think we forget. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. No.
No, I was just going to say, I think, people forget the importance of taking the time to kind of recharge, recalibrate, rest, recover, all
Exactly.
the R words.
Yeah, and it's hard when you only get 2 days to do it and you're at work for so much of your life. Like, it is
Yeah.
crazy, the 9 to 5, just how much time it takes up during your week. And then I'm always on call, and I get probably 2 or 3 emails a weekend that I have to like log on. So it wears down on you.
Yeah, it does.
But we kind of wanted to take it easy this weekend too, because next weekend we got big stuff. It's going to be crazy. We're going to a wedding, so that is always a blast. It's going to be
Yep.
fun to see some old friends. But yeah, so tonight we do have something that I'm looking forward to after we wrap up recording.
Ooh, yeah.
It is the live reunion for the Love is Blind season 4 cast.
Oh, man.
So we have been addicted to, we've seen every episode. We love the trash reality TV. Hold on. Excuse me, I was losing my voice. We love watching the trash reality TV, and Love is Blind is one of our guilty pleasures. So
Yeah, for sure.
what draws you in for that show? So I guess if you don't know, Love is Blind, reality show on Netflix, they get to go on dates with these people, literally blind dates. You don't get to see the people, and the only way you can see the person is if you propose. Then they go on a honeymoon, then they get an apartment together, and then 30 days from the proposal, you have to say, like, you have to have a wedding. So what?
0 to 180.
Yeah.
That's what is so captivating too. And yeah, it is like trash reality, but it's also an experiment. And I think that kind of draws me into just seeing, like, I don't know, every season is different, and it's just solely based on, the people that wind up on the show. You never know what kind of combination you're going to get. And it is wild, though. It seems like every season, though, you get some of the same patterns, and which I get, I don't truly understand, but I mean, just the fact that it's so accelerated, I don't know how people can do that in their right mind. I don't know. I find it very intriguing. So
I definitely feel like a lot of the people that were on this season were only on it because of how popular the show has gotten.
Clout chasing.
Yeah, it kind of makes the people on the show, they instantly become pseudo celebrities. So I feel like there was a little bit of disingenuousness in this season, more than what happens in the other seasons, but it's still some good trash reality. So
yeah,
there were couples that got married, and this live reunion is a year from when all the episodes were recorded, and so they're all going to get to confront each other. Now, one thing I was thinking about with this show is I do think it would work where it would form some actual couples. I think the thing that really is like the hardest thing for them is the actual wedding. If they got to propose and hang out, I think a lot of them would genuinely connect and probably make good couples. I think the pressure of like, you have to get married in 30 days, and then once your family's involved, a lot of the families are like, what are you doing?
Insane? Like,
yeah. So I think if they just got to go on these blind dates and then just date the person afterwards, I think there would be actually a lot more successful couples. I think right now there's only,
I know 2 couples
from season 1, and then no one else has actually stayed together.
I don't know. I don't remember. We don't know, and no spoilers. We're not sure what's happened with anyone from the current season.
Yeah,
so
no spoilers. Sorry, I should have said that at the beginning. But it's just, been very juicy show to watch.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of just some other captivating bits too. Um, I
They
think where the trash reality comes into, that it is a little bit set up for that. So again, if you've never watched the show, once all the couples that have decided to propose to each other have kind of like locked in their match, I guess, they all go on kind of like a group pre-honeymoon to
mm-hmm.
like a foreign country usually, and then like
There's
all of the
drama.
couples get to meet, and there's always drama. There always seems to be like one couple, that broke off, and then somehow they're both coupled up with another person, and then they meet, and of course there's chemistry. I think it's just like you're exploring the unknown, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's just kind of not fair to the other partner, to
Yeah, and I will say where the show does these contestants dirty is the bachelor and bachelorette parties. The
oh yeah.
bachelorettes always get like an actual bachelorette party where they go
Yeah,
to
they
a
get like
club, they
strippers,
strippers,
yeah.
fun. And then the guys, it's like they went to a baseball game
Yeah.
or they went to a rodeo and then
Yeah,
they
or
made the
they
guys actually chase a pig, and I'm like, if you had me doing that on my
bachelor,
bachelor
yeah,
party,
no.
jeez, this season they did better. They actually just they took the guys to a bar. That's all people want to do.
Yeah.
um
Still a little tame in comparison, I
yeah.
think, but
So do you want to, how many bachelor parties have you been to? I've only been to one.
I think just two. I'm
Were
pretty
they
sure.
like your picturesque bachelor party that you think of without
Mhm.
sharing, without exposing anyone?
Actually, no. I think bachelor party, and I think like strippers, stuff like people
Crazy.
just like
Your last
going to
night.
town.
Yeah.
I did go to a casino.
Yeah.
Remember that
Mm-hmm.
I was at my buddy's bachelor party when we
Yeah.
were first talking
Yeah, I know.
back in the day.
I
Yeah.
really had to. I honestly, I wasn't even jealous, or I wasn't even concerned, because I think at that point we were only talking. That was like
Yeah.
week 2, so I couldn't even be
I don't
jealous.
think we were. It was the day before our first date, too.
Yes. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I remember I was running around. I did a photo shoot with a friend, and I remember you had messaged me, and you were like, I think I was 29 at the time, and you joked about me being like an old man or whatever,
Yeah.
and I didn't reply because apparently I don't reply to him now.
Yeah. Right.
But I remember you sent me like a follow-up message, and you were like, "Was that too mean?" With like the
Yeah, I was
the Puss in
concerned.
Boots kind of like teary-eyed emoji.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was. I didn't know your sense of humor because we hadn't met.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh god,
right.
did
It
I
was
like
totally
call him
fair.
old? Yeah, but he was
Yeah.
like, oh sorry, I just didn't text my phone.
Yeah. Well, I was at the casino too,
yeah.
so we did get pretty lit. I would say that was like a pretty big, component of a bachelor party. Like those are the elements you kind of,
Did
that
you guys
seem to come up.
Did you
but
stay at the casino?
We did.
How was
Yeah.
that?
It was actually pretty fun. They've
How
got
many
some,
people were in the room?
I think maybe, I don't know. It's kind of lit. To be
Yeah.
honest, I think there was maybe only one other guy in my room and another bed or something.
Okay.
I think, but we all stayed in this little like rental house kind of thing
Oh,
that
cool.
they have at the casino. It's sort of like a cabin
Oh,
kind of
that's
thing.
awesome.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
So how was the other one that you went to?
I planned it. It was
Oh,
for my
yeah.
brother. Yeah.
And so how was that?
It was expensive, man. Like I got us like a limousine
Oh,
that took
whoa.
us clear to Kansas City, and I kind of knew my brother. I knew he wasn't gonna want to go like too insane, so we had a limo and we went up to Dave and Buster's, and drank and played games, and
Oh, fun.
did stuff like that. So it was pretty dope. But
Good. Yeah.
stayed out of trouble. We didn't have to drive, so
I went to my first one last year and it was fun. It was at the Bachelor's Lake House, so it was just fun. Just it wasn't crazy at all, which is more my speed. I don't like
Yeah.
going crazy, but we just like fished and drank and hung out, so that was awesome. Oh,
I've
so-
rubbed off on you.
Yeah.
my
Oh,
old
I've
age.
always been like that. I'm not
Yeah.
big into partying. So when you have a bachelor party, do you want to have a bachelor party? What would you want to do?
I
I thought
don't
about this.
know.
I'm like, what would we want to have our bachelor parties together,
I don't
or
know.
I don't have
That's a
friends
good question.
anymore
I
to
know.
do
I
that.
feel like I mean, we have friends, obviously,
Yeah.
but we're at that stage in our life where, a lot of our friends started families of their own. We've got
Mm-hmm.
people that are in just different places in their lives. And
Do you
yeah,
think
it's kind of a little bit of a hard time. Like, I don't know if I even have like 5 guys that I'd
that's
want
what
to
I was?
bring. And like, I've pretty much always had more chick friends and guy friends, throughout my
Yeah.
life. And I don't know. It's just an interesting dynamic. Like,
Yeah. So would you want to keep it all bachelors at the bachelor party?
probably.
I would
I mean, I
too.
would, but
That's something that I also noticed too, that we've kind of talked about it, but not trying to get like a complex or anything, but that is something that has happened since I've come out, that I've noticed is girls will want to include me in more girls
yeah.
stuff that would be usually exclusive for girls. And I'm not offended by it, but I am just like, mm,
Some it's somewhere like drawing a line between inclusiveness and also like, oh, you're one of
yeah,
us or something. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like,
And if that's something that you want to do, and like, more power to you, but that is
right,
something that
yeah.
it's like, okay, well,
But like they know you,
right.
like
That's like,
just because you've come out doesn't change your personality at
yeah, like I
all.
don't want to
And
go and get a mani pedi or
or
get my
yeah,
like, and that's like I've had a couple people make those comments too, like, oh, you're basically a girl, you're basically one of us. I'm like, am I though?
yeah.
Like, I know it's all in good fun, but that is something that I've noticed too, that like,
It's a microaggression. We're
yeah,
back on whatever episode that was a couple episodes ago.
yeah, but
Yeah.
so yeah, just something, I don't know. Like, I get they're trying to be friendly and invite us to stuff, which I appreciate, but I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, if you're not gonna invite your other guy friends, what makes us different than your other guy friends, if that makes
Yeah.
sense? And I want people to kind of see that. But anyway, that's my
Hmm.
2 seconds of a soapbox.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
I
I
think
hear
for
you.
my bachelor party, I would like to keep it just guys too.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I know it'd be interesting for sure.
Yes. And so the other thing that I wanted to bring up was, we recently went out, had a date night, and we went to a very a go-to spot for you and your family. We went to
Oh
Chili's.
my god,
So we
yeah.
went to Chili's, and I
We-
have this rant about it because Graham hates Applebee's.
I do.
He despises them.
I
But
would rather pick a local place even over Chili's. Like,
yes, we
typically,
do. We normally go
and we
to
normally do, but
yeah.
Applebee's, nah.
It, my argument is, I think Chili's and Applebee's are one and the same. You are getting the same quality of food, you're getting the same prices, and you're even getting
No,
the same menu.
you're not getting the same quantity of food. They give you like a third of the portion, I feel like, that you get at Chili's for the same amount of money.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
I don't know. I just,
I like Chili's, don't get me wrong.
yeah.
But I also haven't had Applebee's in a long time now because you refuse to go.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to go quite a bit with friends. Like, my family and I, like, we would go, every so often, and every time there would be an issue, and my parents would always call it Crapplebees.
Oh no.
Crapplebees instead of Applebee's. So
Rip.
I don't know. It could be burned in my head a little bit, but then, when I got older, a lot of friends were like, "Oh, let's go get dollar margaritas." And
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
can't beat that.
yeah, actually, yes, you can. I would rather spend the money, boo.
And
Get
some
you a
quality.
real drink. Don't get all
Mm-mm.
that sugar.
A
Like,
Dollarita.
I don't know how many times I violently threw up after drinking that.
We would get the Dollaritas, and then they would have unlimited wings. So we
Yeah.
would do that, but they
But
only bring
the
out four.
catch,
Yeah, they bring
yeah.
out 4 at a time. So I'd be like, just bring them out,
Yeah, but they won't.
I know.
And then they like purposely like
Take a
linger,
long
like they,
time.
yeah. That made me so just irrationally angry. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, it's unlimited.
Oh my gosh.
Someone is
wanting
mad
some
at
attention.
us.
She got a bath. Now she's
Oh,
staring
yeah.
at me. Sorry for that interruption, Pepper. We're trying
She's
to
out
podcast.
of water, I think. Rip.
Okay. Well, you keep going on your rant. I'm gonna
Oh, we can pause it. We can take a break.
Okay, 5-minute break. Okay, we're back. She's got food and water, so she might be munching in the background. So yes, Chili's, Applebee's. Here's what I want you to do.
Big difference.
I want you to
Note
rank these restaurants from like best to worst, because I think they all are kind of like the same thing. But I want Chili's, Applebee's, Red Lobster, Red Robin, and Texas Roadhouse.
Ooh, dang, you're making it
I
hard.
know.
Oof.
Mine would be Red Lobster at the bottom. I don't eat seafood, so that's easy for me.
I'll put Applebee's on the bottom.
Really?
There.
It's the worst?
It is. Out of all those, I'd rather have a Chili's or Red Robin burger.
Red Robin is top tier.
I'm struggling for the number one spot between Texas Roadhouse and Red Robin. Are kind of like neck and neck.
Yeah, that's true. I will say you get so much food at Texas Roadhouse, and the
rolls,
and you get such a good price.
The high calorie cinnamon butter.
However, it is always packed, and I know that's not
True.
their problem, but you gotta expect a 45-minute wait. Whereas Red Robin, I'm getting my food within
Your free fries,
10 minutes.
table
Yeah,
fries.
like that is
true.
a factor.
Man, okay, I'm sorry. I got to put Texas Roadhouse as number one. I think Red Robin number two. Chili's coming in at a solid number three. Red Lobster, because I do like seafood. I don't like, I don't know, a lot of weird stuff. You know what I mean? It kind of grosses me out a little bit. But definitely putting Applebee's in last. I take the cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster over the nothing you get from Applebee's.
What about Cracker Barrel? Throw that in the mix.
Ooh. But now we're like mixing up like breakfast with. There's not really a competitor in that group.
Okay, fine.
You know what I mean?
I will. Okay,
because they have a really good, really great menu too.
Yeah, they do.
But
their portions, I feel like, are smaller.
Really?
I think so. Am I right?
I feel like they give you a lot of food. The old Cracker Barrel.
Okay. So
how about you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Red Lobster, Red Robin, Applebee's, Chili's,
Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse. Okay. Just because I haven't had Applebee's in a long time, so I don't know what's on their menu, I will put Applebee's next to last. Then Chili's, then Texas Roadhouse, and then on top is Red Robin. Because Red Robin, I could eat there every day of the week and still find something different on the menu. Oh, have you come to join us now that you've eaten?
Well, come on up.
Pepper wants to
join
the podcast. Oh,
this is what she does to us every night. We will try to like watch like Love Is Blind or Survivor or whatever we're watching, and she'll get a drink or she'll eat. She'll shark around the couch. She'll sit in front of us, puppy dog, baby doll eyes, like, oh, are you gonna let me up? And then we'll hold the blanket, or Dan will be, if you're listening, Dan was holding the microphone cord, trying to get her to go by.
Yeah,
but
to come underneath it.
She likes to stare at us. Oh,
she's coming. No, the worst is when she's barking, and then when we try to like reach out to pet her, she backs away so she can keep barking at us. Come on.
Yeah.
She loves to be under a blanket. And if you're watching, she did just get a bath. That's why she's extra fluffy.
Yeah.
Okay, she's going under the blanket.
Did you hear that?
She just belch. Oh shoot, what were we just talking about? Oh yeah, Red Robin.
Yeah.
Many options. Okay. So I guess we can move into the last segment of the podcast. Can you give me your phone? Give me your phone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up
I actually got a 30% charge in that time.
So we're gonna do
Not bad.
Who can you get me on your internet browser? Who's more likely to? I'm gonna look up those questions. But I was thinking when you gave, so we're recording it with the camera using my phone. That's why I'm gonna use his. But have you ever had the desire to look at my phone?
Not really.
If you,
I can set his phone off. I can.
yeah, with the Siri.
Yeah.
Um,
My floppy eared girl.
but if you had like 10 minutes free access to snoop through my phone, what would you look through?
I would trade all your shinies from Pokemon
No,
to my account.
you don't
No,
wouldn't
I'm
want to
just
snoop
kidding.
on anything.
I don't think so. I don't know. Not really. I feel like it's very invasive.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I don't
true.
know. I'm just. Yeah, not. I don't know. We ain't got nothing to hide, Peppa.
Okay, so you ready to start these? So who is more likely to win a hot dog eating contest?
How much do you like hot dogs?
If they're good, I could put some hot dogs down.
Yeah.
Have you done eating challenges?
Mm-mm.
I've never done an eating challenge.
No, this make me want to throw up
If-
just thinking about
If
it.
I'm in the mood, I could put food down.
Yeah.
Like normally I don't have a huge appetite, but there are some days where I'm just like a bottomless pit. So
yeah, I think you probably would.
yeah,
I'd say
in the
you.
competition, I just spit. Sorry guys. If there was a competition, I don't know. But
They have
also,
to be like campfire, like cooked over
Mhm.
the, an open flame.
who is more likely to forget to pick their kids up from school?
Me.
I would say you. Yeah, you would be late every day.
Yeah, for sure.
Who is most likely to keep a check on their children's social media accounts?
A check?
Like who would like snoop on them? I
Ooh.
think.
I probably would.
Oh, I would
Ooh.
think me because I'm
Really?
Snoopy. As I just asked if
Yeah.
I could not look through your phone, but
It's like different with a kid, I feel like, too. I don't know. Or it would be different.
who's most likely to get? Dog shaking. Who's more likely to get hungry in the middle of the night?
Oh, me, for sure.
Great.
I don't know.
He gets up in the middle of the night and will randomly always get a slice of cheese.
Not since I've had my Invisalign in
Yeah.
now, so I'm kind of happy about that. But yeah,
He would just be laying back in bed and just like eating a slice. I'm like, one,
I don't know.
why cheese? Like, why is that
I
your
don't
go-to
know.
midnight snack?
I don't know. I guess something like, I don't know, salty sounded good, maybe? Satisfying.
Who is more likely to give their kid a terrible name?
Ooh, a terrible name. I feel like neither of us are very.
I think
You think you would?
if we had to answer who's more likely, I would say me. I think it's unlikely, but I could see myself trying to go for like a creative name and
Oh,
it just
yeah.
not landing.
Okay. I'll let you take that one.
Who's more likely to spend hours on celebrity conspiracy theories?
Ooh, you've told me a lot of celebrity.
I
yeah,
have one.
it's
I'm
gotta be
totally
him.
on board that Avril Lavigne is not who she is. She's been replaced by Melissa, her
No
stunt
way.
double. It is confirmed. It is confirmed that she had a stunt double named Melissa.
Yeah.
So-
and that's probably where the conspiracy started,
Who is most likely to go a week without showering?
Ooh, honestly, if we can go back to COVID again, probably me.
Yeah.
Like just being at the house, like wallowing in misery.
I
But
used to love showers. I would shower every morning. Lately, I could go a couple. I know it's bad, but like I could go a few days without showering and then
Just-
still have to drag myself into the shower.
dude wipes and baby powder
And
are like
And
and deodorant.
we need to get more dry shampoo.
That's what baby powder you can use that for.
Oh,
so
I missed that. Yeah, because my
it'll
hair gets.
soak up all the oil in your hair.
That's what it is. That really, my hair gets so greasy. That's what really drives me to, get in the shower. Who's
Yeah.
more likely to replace salt with sugar while cooking? Is that like a mistake that you're replacing it?
Probably.
I don't know.
I feel like neither of us. I don't know. Although I would maybe say you, just because sometimes you aren't paying attention, like when you lose your lactate everywhere we go.
It's a curse. Who is more likely to snore?
Oh, me for
Yeah,
sure.
You were
Yeah,
snoring.
he
today.
woke me up like a week ago. He was like, "Babe, you're snoring so loud."
Yeah, 'cause
and I
you
was so
were.
angry. I was like, "Come on, why would you wake me up?"
Okay, so next time, would you want me to just go to a different room?
No, you can wake me up.
I'll pinch your nose shut.
Yeah.
You were loud. I was like,
Freight
"Jeez,
train.
Louise."
This guy out here just sawing logs.
Yeah. Who's more likely to get scared while watching a horror movie?
Ooh, scared. Me?
Yes.
Mm,
You scare easier, I feel like. I get into that stuff.
I like that stuff too.
I know, but like I want to do a Ouija board.
Well, hell no. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
mess with real
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
But a movie is a
I do
movie.
gotta,
Although, oh yeah, go ahead.
I sent you a TikTok of like a scary video, and ooh,
Yeah.
it freaked me out right before bed.
So, did we talk about Smile when we saw that in 4D?
I
So
don't
we
know.
went to the movie Smile in 4D was it last year?
I think so.
And yeah, there was one part where I had to walk out and splash water on my face.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true. So I'll take it.
Yeah, you like them. We're both
Yeah.
very big horror movie enthusiasts, but sometimes it gets to you.
Yep.
Who's most likely to cheat on a test and get caught?
Ooh, and get
Did
caught.
you ever cheat on a test?
Maybe one.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
I would like do the occasional like look over at my friend and be like, "What'd you get for number one?"
Oh,
You know, like
so you were that kind
I
of.
would cheat on homework all the time. Like my best friend and I would alternate doing the math homework, and then like the next day we would just.
Yeah, I was really pretty great at math, but you get to a certain level, like applied calculus, and trying to memorize all those formulas and stuff. Nah, I plugged that stuff into my calculator and programmed it. Like in the real world,
You're gonna have
like
access to
any
stuff.
access to anything.
Yeah.
It's all about, can you learn how to do it? Do you know how to spend your time to get through it? But to just say you have to memorize all of it, and it's just like, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's broken, but another story for another day.
Yes. Oh, have you ever? Did anyone ever get caught for cheating while you were there? What?
Not on an actual test, but one of my friends who we went out with last night,
Okay.
turned in somewhat. So it was an accounting class, and we had to build like a fancy spreadsheet, to like kind of like build out, I think, like their balance sheet and income statement and all this stuff.
Okay.
And our friend couldn't figure it out, so another person in our class sent the file, and this friend thought that they could just save it to their computer, and I think they accidentally, like, I think maybe they did like look at the formulas and stuff, but they attached the wrong file when they turned it in. And the professor, like, he was probably like 80 something, but let me tell you, dude was sharp.
Yeah.
Like, he would look at every file turned into him, and he would look at the author, and it had the other student's name.
Ooh.
And so yeah, that could have been very, very ugly, but I think it ended up okay.
So I actually had something
Yeah.
similar happen. It was the worst, like the second worst thing I ever did in college. We had an assignment actually to do an episode of a podcast. So I'm a journalism major, and so we had like 2-week or 4-week segments where we learned about different media and how to get the word across. So we were doing a podcast segment. So we had to record a podcast segment pretty much about anything, but we talked about like, should student athletes get paid? Something that you could talk about. So I talked about it with my roommate. I edited, I cut out all the bloopers and all that stuff, added sound and stuff, and then I get my grade back and it was a D. And I'm like, whoa, dude, like what happened? I accidentally sent him the raw footage.
Oh no.
I instantly got a cold sweat because I'm pretty sure we went off the cuff, and I like in the middle of it, I'm like talking to my roommate who doesn't do media and stuff. So I'm like, hey, just talk with me. We'll just BS about stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure I like said things that I shouldn't have said, especially to send to my professor. I have never worked up the courage to listen back to what I actually sent him.
Yeah.
So I sent him, and luckily I knew this professor well. His wife was actually my boss at another news station that I was working at the time. I sent him an email and I'm like, I am so sorry. I want to just let you know that I didn't just blow this off. I want to send you the actual final edit. I'm like, you do not need to change my grade at all. I just want to let you know that I really didn't mean for that to happen. He did go back and change my grade,
Oh,
and it was,
wow.
but I was
Yeah.
just like so embarrassed. I'm like, wow, I really messed up. Double check what you're sending. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that was horrible.
Yeah,
The
for sure.
worst thing that happened in college was my friend and I were taking a class. We were the two goodiest two shoes I've like we it ended my other roommates were doing something crazy, and we had the crazy idea to skip one lecture. I very
Oh,
rarely skip.
man.
Most of my classes took attendance.
Yeah.
So we
Same here.
skipped, and the next class we show up to, they're like, okay, let's go over the first exam. We missed the first exam.
How does that happen?
So
Did you not know? Like, it was
the way
unscheduled or
that
what?
the exams were online, the class was in person, but you had like 4 days to take the exam, and we completely missed it. I instantly got a migraine. I felt so bad because I was the one that like kind of convinced us to skip.
Oh, man.
Luckily, because it was
You little rebel.
I
It was
know.
you.
Yeah,
That's shocking.
I know. I felt horrible, and
We learning today, folks.
that was like me. Like if I tried to do something stupid, I couldn't even pull it off.
Oh,
So, luckily, because it was an online test, and that was before the age of like online everything, so it was like people would always have issues with the online mechanism. So it was built in if that you got a bad grade on a test or you missed it, you could write a 10-page paper, and that could make up.
Oof.
Hey, at least it's something, dude.
Yeah, you got to do
So-
what you got to do.
But you have 2 weeks to read a book and write a paper. So but this is where, okay, if anyone's in school, I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you.
ChatGPT has entered the chat.
Yeah, ChatGPT. No, I came up with I thought a really good strategy, and I wish I had come up with this way sooner in life. I would read one chapter, and then I would stop reading, and I would tell myself I have to write an entire page dedicated to this chapter. So
Okay.
then I got like 10 chapters in, and then of course I just kind of sped through and then did a wrap up thing. But it really, because by the time you read the whole book, you're like, okay, I could summarize this book in one to 2 pages, but it would really
Yeah.
make me flesh out. So it was really easy to write the 10 pages, and
Yeah.
I
It's
ended
a
up
good
getting a
strategy.
B on that.
Okay.
But this professor, I had never met someone with such an ego. He had like 80 doctorates. He was like on TV. He was this correspondent, blah, blah, blah. I could not stand the guy. He recorded all of our lectures and would sell them online. And I'm like, how is that legal?
Sell them? Like
Like,
when
people could pay to like, anyway, but yeah, he would record them, and then people could, I'm like, so why do I have to come to class, and why do I pay all this anyway? He had a big ego, and I turned in my paper. Keep in mind, this was the first exam. He said he wouldn't grade them till the end of the year. Spring or like semester break happened. My next year is coming up, and I had to like have a certain GPA to like take the next course or something. It was still in as a 0, and grades were done. And so I email him, and I was just like, hey, like I'm enrolling, and he went off on me. He was like, how dare you? Like, this is your opportunity to get extra points. I'll do it on my time. And I was just like, I thought like the time was over. Like,
Yeah.
and I misspelled his name, and he went off. And
In
he
the
was like-
email or in your report? Or
I misspelled it in the email
oh,
because he had
oops.
double letters in his name, and he was
Yeah.
like, how dare you? If you're coming to ask for me for help, you better have the decency to learn how to spell my name. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Keep in mind, he
Yeah.
misspelled my name in the reply.
Oh.
So I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Did you put your name in bold when you
No,
replied?
because I was still like on my hands and knees, like, please, sir, give me a good
Yeah.
grade. Because I was worried now. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
God, is he going to retaliate? But yeah, that was quite the experience. Yeah,
Yikes.
don't skip class, guys.
I'm still like stuck on the fact that like that is a huge conflict of interest to like
Sell
be paid by a university, record your
lectures.
lecture where you're being paid by a university, salary and then to sell that?
He forced us to buy his books. He
Oh,
mentioned it every time,
that
every class, that he's a published author. And I'm like, okay, dude.
someone
It was a
that's
management class. It was how to be a
oh
manager. And he
yeah.
was like, oh gosh, it was
Yeah.
bad.
I'm thinking back on college now too. So I had a if some of my homies from Woo are tuned in, you might get a kick out of this. But there was this guy in like several of my classes, that we had together, when we got into like the more advanced, business and finance courses, you'd see the same people in like every class, fact of life at a smaller university, right? Okay, I think I was in labor economics. Really loved the professor. She was fantastic. And the classroom is set up, again, kind of like Socratic style, I guess you would say, like row down,
Yeah.
kind of so on and so forth, right? So we're sitting in an exam, right? And I'm just, plugging away, like going through the exam, and I hear, hey, Graham, Graham. And then I was like, what? And, I kind of look up and I kind of look around, like, what the hell? And I like locked eyes with my professor, and I was like, you know what I mean? And I tried to like divert. And then 2 minutes later, Graham, Graham, what is the answer to number 2? And I was like, and then she looked at me again, and I was like, and then I just like kept going, and I kind of like turned, like towards, because he was sitting behind me. I kind of turned and I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But dude, I was so scared. But my professor loved me. I think she knew that like it wasn't me doing anything, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But
Jeez,
but
I would not be able to focus on anything besides like, dude, if you get me caught. I
yeah.
hated people that would copy and be like so obvious about it. I'm like, dude.
He was always so loud too. It's so
Yeah.
funny. Same class, just like not an exam. We were chatting like 10 minutes before class, and it was me, a couple other friends, and him. And the room was pretty full, like class was about to start. And I think I had gone to the Wild Horse
Oh
like the night
wow.
before. I was like 21 or something, it was like new to the bar scene. Did we talk about that on the last or
I
a
don't think so.
podcast? It's this kind of big sort of like country dance hall bar kind of
It's got a
like
disco, like it's got
yeah.
lights and a light up floor. It's like a
Yeah, it's
club.
like a country club kind of,
I
but
wouldn't say
I
country,
mean, they
but
don't just play country music, but it
yeah.
started that way for
Okay.
sure. But anyway, so I went out there, and uh, I can't remember. One of my friends is asking me if I knew how to 10-step, and I said no, I have no idea how to 10-step. And the guy, the one that was trying to like cheat, off me or whatever, he said, "Oh, Graham, you don't know how to two-step? It's like this, a two-step."
Oh my
And
god.
like he was so loud,
And he
and
did
like
it.
the whole class looked over. I
Oh
was like,
no.
dude,
Oh
I
no.
busted out laughing. I was like, nope, can't do it, Omar.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was wild for sure.
So this next one said,
Oh yeah.
who's more likely to forget where they parked?
Ooh, I would say you,
Yes.
because if I'm driving my car, I know I've parked like a mile and a half away from everyone,
Yeah.
like crammed into a spot where I think no one will park by me.
So
So,
I've actually done this, and I know this has never happened to you, but I think you'd be surprised.
oh, you'd be surprised
Sometimes
too.
I've forgotten that I've driven. It was happened in college several times. I forgot that I drove to campus, and I would walk home and then realize I left my car
Oh
on
my god, how
campus.
far?
It was like a 15 or 20-minute walk,
Dang.
and it happened several times. By
Oh
the time
wow.
I would get
But
home, I would make my roommate drive me
I
back.
was gonna say, was that like recently after you had bought the van? Because you're
Mm-mm.
probably, oh no.
No, it was like a couple of years. It was because I
Dang.
rarely would drive, and when I would, I'd be like, "Oh shoot!" I'd get home
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh no!" I was
Rip.
just so used to my. I loved walking back and forth, like just
Yeah.
listen to some music and stuff. But like if I was in a rush, I would like
Yeah.
drive. But yeah, there'd be times.
I've definitely had that one experience for sure. Well, probably more than one time, but my dad and I went to a Royals game, and if anyone has ever been up there at Kauffman Stadium, like you want to leave like before the game is over, or you probably just want to hang out for a while because it's a madhouse with traffic. And this one time, usually my dad was always really good about, okay, let's memorize the lot number, and that way we won't have an issue, when we leave. I don't know what happened. Neither of us could remember where the hell we parked.
Oh no.
And like we walked around that parking lot for probably like 30 or 40 minutes before we found the truck. Like it was absolutely bonkers.
Whoa.
And then like we tried to leave early too. So by the time we actually found the truck to leave, like we're now dealing with all the traffic. My dad was so mad.
Gosh, yeah, that's a nightmare.
Yeah, I was like, gosh, never again. I was like, all right, Dad. Anytime we go to a game, like I'm putting this in my Apple Note, like
row F
H37 or whatever,
Awesome.
For sure. But what you got next?
None of them are really that good.
Do you want me to ask you one?
Sure, you pick some good ones.
Let's see what we've got here. You don't do a lot of virtual meetings, so. Okay. Who is most likely to be in office gossip?
Me. I can't stay out of it. I'm really trying to.
You try, but people drag you into
it. I know. My coworkers will know, but I'm trying to do so much better about keeping to myself.
Yeah. I love my job. Like there is no gossip and drama.
I know,
like,
but you also
very
love
limited.
my work gossip.
I do.
Drama.
I love his. I always have, especially in the news industry. Ooh, that was some good scalding hot tea.
Yeah. I know. I do miss some of that.
Anytime he'd get home, I'd get us some little teacups out and we'd sit down. No.
It was hard because you were competing against each other essentially. So there was some good drama, all in good fun.
Yeah. Okay. How about this? Who is most likely to have the biggest snack drawer?
You
think?
Yeah, you're a big snacker.
I am.
Yeah, what kind of question?
I don't know. You snack too.
Yeah, but I like snack on the same stuff. I do want to have like a good snack drawer.
I do like the variety for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who is most likely to save their work only to lose it all? Kind of lame, but
me.
You think you?
It happened last year.
Oh,
remember my computer tried to update?
Do you remember when we lost our whole podcast?
Yeah, I mean that happens to me all the time.
Oh yeah, true. Okay. It used to happen to me quite a bit though. Excel.
Well, we can take this energy and give it back to you because I'm over it.
Well, I'm over Excel.
Now I'm using cloud-based memory.
So are we.
So hopefully that won't happen as much.
Thank the Lord. Who is most likely to accidentally send, quote, I love you to a client or like a coworker, you could say?
I think that's a you thing.
You think I would?
Yeah, because you're very affectionate. And I'd be like,
I don't think I ever have. I've come close, but
I've gotten in trouble for being too blunt in emails. Like,
really?
I'm just over this, like, good morning. How is your, like, just get, especially if we've already emailed back and forth. I'm not going to be like.
Okay. How about this one? Who is most likely to eat something off the floor?
I think me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so for sure. We could clean and clean and clean. And if something drops, like, no, I'm throwing it away. Unless it's something like really good. It would have to be like a special something for sure.
No, I've been camping, and once you get to a point where nothing is clean,
There are a lot of these. I don't know how.
Let's do
much,
like 3 more.
3 more. Okay.
I think we're already at like an hour recording.
Who is most likely to get into a fight on the internet?
You. Oh my gosh, you post some stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
I do.
As much as I live my life online, I keep it very.
That's true.
Tame.
You've got a different, like, you had to really learn how to be unbiased, like impartial. You had to maintain like a very specific kind of appearance,
Yeah.
etc. So
Like, even though we spill the tea on this podcast a little bit,
Yeah.
if you guys knew the half of it, like, I'm still keeping myself
restrained.
yeah, so nothing can come back to get us. But
Yeah,
yes.
for sure. Okay. Let me find some good ones. I'm just gonna keep reading them until
yeah.
there's something like decent.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of picking through the good ones.
These are kind of lame.
Yeah.
Who is most likely to get arrested for a dare in public out of the two of us?
I think you can be peer pressured a little easier than me.
I know, I would say so too. Yeah.
So you think you?
I think it would probably be me.
Yeah.
That's probably fair.
I've gotten pretty good about standing my ground with peer pressure.
Yeah. You get a couple drinks in me.
Yeah.
All bets are off, man.
Yeah, let me find
Okay.
the last one.
Yeah. Go for it. Got a little Miss Huff and Puff under the blanket here.
Who's more likely to stalk their favorite celebrity?
Ooh.
I know we both.
That's kind of the close call. Like, we both, like, I don't know.
This
like,
is more of like a recent development of mine too. That I used to not care as much about celebrities, and that's usually like the opposite. Usually when you're younger, you care more about celebrities. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think more because the line is being divided between celebrity and it's being erased. I don't know. What about you?
I don't know. I mean, like, what do you mean by stalking? Like, just visiting, like, their...
Messaging, chatting,
God.
trying to engage.
No. I don't know. What would you say? Or do you want me to go first?
I think you.
You think it'd be me?
Yeah, because just you're more, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
you more keep up with the celebrities. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think
Hi,
we're both
Alicia
close.
Silverstone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I remember she like posted something on her Instagram like a couple of years ago, and it was like supposedly a phone number you could text and like she would reply or whatever, but you know,
Yeah.
it's like how would that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, well, I think the rest of these are kind of lame.
I know, yes.
But that was fun. I like doing that. It
Yeah.
kind of like stimulated us for good
Jogged our
conversations.
memory.
Yeah.
A lot of good old college memories.
Oh yeah.
and-
Yeah, double check before you hit send. That's
Yeah.
words of wisdom from this one.
Yeah, that's got to be our closing thought.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, again, thank you guys for listening. This is episode 9.
We're creeping to 10.
Double digits.
Yeah.
Okay,
Coming
well,
fast.
like, subscribe, comment, let us know your thoughts, how things are going. I think I asked.
Let
a
me know if you
question.
like my hat.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like doing anything
Oh, I like
crazy
the hat.
today. So
I love it when you have the hat backwards. But comment if you think Chili's is better than Applebee's or if they're the same thing.
yes. But don't forget to answer Chili's.
No. Okay. Thank you guys for watching.
Later.